Hello, people of YouTube. My name is Steve Gray, and thank you for watching. Today, we're going to be talking about Demon Slayer Season 2, the Entertainment District arc, whatever you want to call it, Episode 8. And I'll be honest, the majority of this episode, there really wasn't a whole lot going on. We didn't really get into the action part of this until like the last 5 minutes. The conversation between Daki and Zenitsu was just, kind of them referring back to when she pulled the girl's ear. And he was like, "Oh, you got to go apologize to her." And she was like, "What the heck are you talking about? Like, do you think that's beneath me? That's under me. That has nothing to do with me. Why would you even suggest that? The women here are treated like objects." Kind of explaining the situation that all these women are in. Only the highest and most beautiful have a priority. And it just, shows some back shots of previous episodes killing time in that particular instance. Tengen gets poisoned by one of the giant sickle-sized things. Is it Gotaro, if I'm pronouncing his name correctly? Probably butchering it. But he has the ability to create poison, or either that or his sights are just pre-built with poison. So Tengen is slowly getting poisoned, and he will be slowing down, so we need to end this fairly quickly to a certain extent. And Daki gets beheaded yet again. Tengen finds out that in order to kill both of them, they need to be beheaded roughly at the same time, so they both die together because they are part of the same being to a certain extent. And then they go on to say, well, we've killed like 15 Hashira between the two of us, so you're probably gonna lose. Like, they're way overconfident, but at the same time they have the right to be overconfident. I'm trying to pull the name up of the upper ranks here, so that way I can Gotaro, yes, there we go, there's his name. So Gotaro mentions, I killed 9, somewhere around that number. She's killed like 5 by herself, so there's really nothing you can do to stop us. We're going to kill you. You and your underlings are going to die. That's what's going to happen. And they are both way overconfident, and it's kind of just like a back and forth. It's like, no, I'm gonna win. No, I'm gonna win. No, I'm gonna win. No, I'm gonna win. Like kind of like a children's quarrel, if you will. Playing Yu-Gi-Oh or Pokemon cards or Magic the Gathering or whatever card game you want to put in there, a board game. And then we finally get into some fighting. Tanjiro is fairly injured. He gets Nezuko back to her box. He's carrying her around. I don't know why he just didn't leave her, because Nezuko isn't light. The box isn't light. Like, you can move around a lot easier without carrying Nezuko on your back. You could have just put her in the box and left her alone. They're not going to come after her. They might come after her if they kill all of you, obviously, because now Daki obviously wants Nezuko to die. But at the same time, no, they're not going to go after her while they're fighting the 4 of them, I should say. It's not going to happen. So we kind of get split up. Now we got Zenitsu and Inosuke going against Daki, and then we have Tengen and Tanjiro going against Gotaro. And he actually had to throw Tanjiro out of the way initially, because, as I said, Tanjiro's beat up. He's got big old cut in his shoulder. One hand's a little bit messed up. Eyeballs, got some blood going down him. Tengen is poisoned already, so it is a process. We then see that Daki now has a new ability, which is like a third eye. So, kind of like Tien from Dragon Ball Z, if you will. Third eye opens up in the middle of her forehead. And she was like, now that my brother is awake, I can use my full abilities. So now, we just saw how strong she was against Tanjiro. And while, yes, Tanjiro did get a boost, at the same time, he doesn't have that boost right now. And now she is going against Inosuke and Zenitsu, who are presumably weaker than Tanjiro, but based on how Zenitsu kind of yeeted her into the air, who knows? We'll see what happens there. But she now has a third eye, so she has more visual prowess. So she's definitely going to be more of a problem to defeat than She was previously. Gutara obviously seems to be significantly stronger than Daki, and he is giving Tengen and Tanjiro, the runaround. All Tanjiro can really do, he can't even really get close to him. He's basically just trying to block some attacks so that way they don't hit Tengen, because it's a combination of, she is attacking both groups. So, her belt sash, it's going after Tengen and Tanjiro, along with going after Zenitsu and Inosuke, and they can't really get anywhere near her to stop her from doing it. So it's like the ultimate worst tag team of you are going to get killed, I guess is the best way to describe that. And we end it with Tengen cutting off Gutaro's legs. Both of his legs get chopped off. The sword is right at Gotaro's neck, Tanjiro possibly being able to deliver the final blow. However, it wouldn't matter, because at this point, even if they do behead him, yes, it'll temporarily stop his attacks. However, Daki is currently, she's got her head on her shoulders. So unless Zenitsu and Inosuke can get on their game in the next half of a second to get their, their heads chopped off at the same time, they're going to be fine. He's just going to put his head back on and be good to go. There's not really going to be a problem there. So I think, next episode is called, Defeat of an Upper Rank. I don't know if they're actually going to defeat them. Maybe that's just kind of like an oxymoron or something, and to trick us thinking that they're going to get defeated next episode. I mean, we do only have 3 episodes left, so I guess it's a possibility, but I feel like the fight really hasn't been that long so far. I mean, this episode, as I said, 3/4 of it was them just kind of complaining to each other that, I'm going to win, I killed all these people, blah, 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 how many lives slipped through my shoulders. Gutaro talking to Tengen about, how he must have been a natural talent, and he was like, no, how many lives have died in the process of me getting to where I am? I couldn't save everybody. That's not what I would consider a talent. We get a little bit of Rengoku at the end, telling Tengen, you got to stay strong, stay alive, got to train the 3 of them, get them stronger to the point where they can, take on upper ranks by themselves as well. But, yeah, I mean, the other thing that was in there as well, Gotaro actually wasn't able to regenerate his legs after Tengen sliced them off, because he got impaled by a kunai that was thrown, or more like shot out of some sort of cannon-like thing, by one of Tengen's wives. And that semi-immobilized, something along those lines, him. He said it was some sort of Wistera. I'm not familiar with that particular, if that's like a flower or a poison or something. But he said that that the kunai was coated in something. And while Tengen seems to be immune to it, he is not. He can't regenerate his legs. His whole system is slowing down. So he might be, he might get decapitated like in the first couple of seconds of next episode. Tengen did mention that he was immune to poison, but you can see that he's lying, because you can see it running through his head. It was like a purple splotch on the right side of his head. But he might be immune to other poisons, so we don't really know. He is a ninja. Ninjas tend to have those skills, where they want to be immune to certain poisons, obviously, or shinobi, rather, I should say, because, he assumes someone is going to try to poison him at some point in time, and then his body is just like, nope, I'm good, natural immunity, I don't care about that, keep eating the soup, do what you gotta do. But I think he is slowing down a bit. So he has some poison immunity. Tanjiro probably doesn't. I don't imagine Inosuke or Zenitsu would either. So, yeah. That it'll be a problem if any of them actually get hit by one of those sais, because they're going to go down fairly quick. And unless that other Hashira that has the medical ability shows up, real quick, or the demon that we haven't seen since season 1, she shows up and helps them out along the way somehow magically. Yeah, that's not going to happen. So, yeah, they who knows? They're not going to kill anybody, so besides the demon, obviously. They have killed Hashira before, so it wouldn't surprise me if they decided to do it again. 3 main characters aren't going to die, so don't really have to worry about that. Maybe one of Tengen's wives might get killed in the process. The one that brought up the kunai. Could definitely see that possibly happening. But who knows? We'll just kind of have to sit back and wait. I mean, I really wasn't that impressed with this episode. Yeah, there were some cool visuals. Yeah, there was some cool fighting in the last 5 minutes. But that was my problem. We basically had 15 to 17 minutes of just, well, I mean, you got the introduction in there, obviously, so we're going to say probably 15 minutes or so of just kind of nothing, just random talking back and forth, not really, fancy dialogue, not really a whole lot of backstory going on, which I think we should be getting at this point from both Moore Tengen, which we got a little bit, saw him talking to the head of Demon Slayer Corps for a couple of seconds. But we need some more backstory on Upper Rank 6, too. And we only got 3 episodes left, so I'm assuming one of those is going to be backstory. They're going to get defeated somewhere in the process, and then that's going to be all she wrote. So this one's getting a 5 out of 10, because it was just kind of meh, It didn't put me on the edge of my seat like the previous episodes have been doing so far. So hopefully, by next week, we'll be getting to a better point. The fight will be, the majority of the episode. I still got Attack on Titan to watch today, so maybe that'll pick up my spirits a little bit, but we're going to end it there. My name is Steve Gray. Thank you for watching. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, like, comment what you want to see for future cartoon, anime-related videos. Thanks for watching yet again, and as always, have a good one.